Kyosuke. Right? No, I should bow this way. Onegaishimasu. Hajimemashite.
Let us begin.
And begin we shall.
And we're back.
And better than ever.
Are we better than ever? That's for you to
Better than
decide.
ever.
Tell us if we're better than ever in the comments.
Better than ever.
I think that you should take time right now to write a comment telling us how good we are. We'll wait.
Leave a comment.
Thank you.
Are you done? We're still
Faster.
waiting.
Do it faster. Thank you. All right, so we already have our spring cheapie list. Now we're stepping it up a notch and we're going to the designer realm. Many of these fragrances can be had for, let's say, a reasonable amount of money, but not all of them. And we're gonna follow the same rules as last time, where we have 6 fragrances. Sensei Christian is going to pick his top 5. And this time we're just going to have them up here. So our contenders are Polo Oud, Chanel Egoiste, not Platinum Egoiste, the Egoiste, Prada Amber Pour-Homme. This is Brioni. Pour-Homme? It's before the current iteration of the Brionis. Then we have Bruno Cucinelli, the masculine one, and then Pour un Homme Caron. So there's a lot of oming going on here. Let us begin.
Guys, oud?
Polo
A
Oud.
Polo Oud, guys? Have you heard of that?
But,
It's in like a green bottle again.
all right. So that came like that straight out of the
Really?
package. Yeah.
Not a
It's-
good look for Polo Oud.
It might be the reason why this was very inexpensive. Because I think that full retail for this is well over the 130 to 150 mark, maybe even higher. But let's go. All right.
How does it smell though? That's
How does
what
it
we
smell?
care about. We don't care about.
Look at that. You've got the RL on the atomizer. Beautiful. All right, here we go.
Is
Pressurized.
there real oud in here? I don't wanna
You
get-
tell me, Mr. Oud Detector.
I'm getting a 7-Up Sprite vibe out of it. There's absolutely no funk, but all like the woody sweetness, resinous sweetness. This is a freshy oud. I don't know. Am I nailing this or am I like
You
in
are.
left field?
So this is,
Am I nailing this or am I in left field? Oh,
you
bro.
might be in left field, but you are nailing it. So this has orange blossom up top, which is kind of weird, and rose. So you have citrus oudiness, and there's some other cedariness that's involved. I get a note of angelica that kind of reminds one of that Prada Luna Rosa Black, but it's different. And then it gets creamy on the bottom. There's sandalwood or something woody on the bottom that you picked up, and
Oops, sorry.
it's got that twinge of oud. I'll tell you, I sprayed this heavily. Like, I've been blowing through this 125 ml bottle, and my wife, I walked by her and she was like, yo, you smell good.
Really?
Which in my house, I mean, it's just a given. So for her to make
Point it out.
Yeah, to point it out. And you know what inspired this purchase? We were on the YouTube and we watched a Ralph Lauren fashion show, spring. So this, I think this is a spring fragrance.
You know what?
And I said, you know what? I don't give Ralph Lauren enough play. So grab that bad boy and the Cologne Intense. And let me tell you, 2 very easy pickups.
I'm not getting
Very
a lot
little
of
money.
oud, but I'm getting a lot of freshness, and I'm liking what I'm smelling. And I'm not a freshy guy, but this is good.
And again, the original perfumer, Carlos Benaim, perfumed this.
Really?
So you're getting, I mean, a master. And you're getting a lot of fingerprints.
How does
too.
that work? Because he's worked with a lot of real ouds before, I'd imagine.
I would imagine that a guy at that level's worked with whatever he wants. He's like, give me some space dust. And they're like, okay, Carlos. Let's
But
keep
then this, I don't know. That it definitely strikes me as a polo, though. That's
Yes, it definitely has that vibe. So now we're going from one rose fragrance to another. And this is Chanel Egoist, the Eau de Toilette. Everybody's like, oh, you need the cologne concentrate and you need the bottles that were made.
good. Nonsense. We just need.
glass
Look at it.
And this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
This is really only to be had in Chanel boutiques. Or I guess off the website, but I bought it in a boutique.
This is great. This is like a sweet rose. This gives me more oud vibes than the other oud.
It's that sandalwood. It's got a really kind of freshly sawn sandalwood to it. It's amazing.
This is great.
It's amazing. It's a Chanel. Like honestly, even the Chanels I don't like are amazing. Check that out. All right, let's keep it going.
Back to back to back.
So on our ladies video, which you should check out, because I imagine you still are into ladies. You know, I mean, Valentine's Day can be every day of the year if you live in my house. We smelled the female version of this, the Prada Amber Pour Femme. This is Amber Pour Homme, and this has Labdanum de France. And then it has Patchouli de Indonesia, Cardamomi de Guatemala, and Saffron España et Diem. I'll tell you what I get. Dude. I just like this stuff. Sorry, I'm super biased. And this is the made in Spain one. Everybody's like, oh, you have to get the bottles that are made in Spain. I think that it even says, does it say who did it? No, it didn't, but Amber Pour Homme. Beautiful. I'd like to know the name of the guy who filled the bottle. I mean, let's not turn like designer fragrances into Creed weirdness, people. Come on.
This is great, and when I pull away, I get that Pezness again.
This is a
Fresh off top. I keep cutting you off.
No,
Sorry.
go for it, man.
It's fresh off the top, but when you pull away and smell, you get like a Pez vibe.
Yeah, it's got to be that labdanum, like it's got to be that the resinousness in it.
It's got some fruit sweetness when you pull away, but nothing about it screams fruit.
It might
except
be
citrus.
It might be the cardamom that's in it, but this is absolutely. It
That's
smells
bonkers.
great in the air. Like this is a beautiful trail
Prada knows what they're doing.
for real, and that is, I think Daniela Roche Andrier. So here we
I
go.
thought they said Burberry at first.
No,
Brioni.
no.
Brioni.
So this is Brioni. There's all the Brioni fragrances that are out now that are good. This is what the only thing that was available when I started collecting from Brioni.
The
And
wave.
look
Yeah,
here.
that's
Why don't
sick.
you uncap that and spray that? Like look at that. That's like perfumery art.
That's sick. Guys,
says-
do you see that wave action?
Brioni on top. The 100 ml bottles look cool, but I've never seen one in person. He's spraying. Eh. It's an okay fragrance.
It's an okay.
No, I
fragrance.
mean, it's an okay sprayer. Forgive me. If it were an inferior fragrance, it would not be on this gym mat right now.
It's interesting because we're smelling so much that it's starting to become freshies, and I guess that's the springtime theme.
Duh.
But it's good.
Okay.
But it's hard it's hard for my nose to
This
pick
guy's-
out stuff.
This guy's gonna complain about fresh fragrances. It's spring, man.
How long do these last though?
This one, this one lasts a while. This is peppery leathery, and it's also a little citric. This is a beautiful, gentlemanly. This is a little more formal.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Do you need to go again? All right. Now, something that is not brand new to the channel. Look at the dent in that. Brunello Cucinelli. The quality. This is probably one of my favorite presentations right now.
You know what? I think if it was any bigger too, I like the smallness of this. It's like super small, but like beastly. Like you got a metal brick.
I love it.
So
I love
good,
it.
so
All right.
good.
The cap is entirely metal too. Beautiful. All right.
Oh. It just cleaned the house with all the other sprayers.
Like, guess who just won the fragrance game? Well, one more time. Spray that. So,
What's there not to like about this?
well, what's not to like about it is the fact that this lasts about 2.5 to 3 hours.
Really?
That's
To all of them though? Or?
Polo Oud, not the greatest longevity. Chanel develops over time, but you're not going to get 8 hours out of any of these fragrances. So these are good to have either on you, right, if you carry a bag, or if you have a bottle at work. They're affordable enough that you can keep a bottle at work.
The presentation.
This stuff is amazing. It's black pepper. It's lemon.
I'm afraid to
It's
ask
musk.
how much this little guy is worth. 30. That's 30 ml still?
So that's 1 ounce. Yeah, 30 ml. I bought this at the Brunello Cucinelli boutique in Washington, D.C. And I don't remember the exact price, but it was over 100 because I was kind of scandalized by how much the 100 ml cost. Or the next size, it might be 50 ml. I don't know. But I'm very happy with this, and I will be replacing it when I drain it.
It looks like it's less than 30. But
I think it's the proportions, yeah.
it just, yeah.
All right, and then now for the granddaddy of all these guys. Pour Homme de Caron. This is from the 1920s. Francois Caron. Come on, baby. Oh, there we go. Look at the size of that
You got a bunch
sprayer.
of bricks.
This is definitely self-defense perfume. I'm gonna spray this over here because I don't want to get involved with that. Ready? You know, that sounds like Grandpa's like aftershave. That's what it sounds like.
But it smells. How long does this one last?
That lasts a good long time. So there's been talk I've seen on Sebastian's channel, the perfume guy, of there being a reformulation and a different colorant in it. This is a bottle that's probably 6 or so years old. And I find that if you buy the very large bottles, those don't get turned over as fast as the like 100 ml or bottles that are out there.
I have never heard of Caron.
They are a storied French house. They were in one family. I don't know if they're still family owned, but
Dude, there's something grown up about that one.
you know what this is?
Something beast.
Do you know how great this fragrance is? Celine actually ripped off this fragrance. I think Rimbaud. Is it Rimbaud that smells like this? But do you know what I like about this? This is get out of the shower, have a shave, just douse yourself in this, and then just go and like lounge and watch.
Throw this
TV.
on my hand.
Do it. Do it. That is, like, every man should own this fragrance. That's just what, like, classy men smell like. He went to skin. Ooh, the lavender is even popping with the skin.
It's peppery too. Right?
Yes. Yes, that is not a feminine lavender. This
That's
is
a beast.
not a sachet.
Just want to backhand somebody with it.
They
Smell it.
They thank you. All right.
Dude. All right.
Got to make your decision. I'm turning around.
What are you doing back there? I don't even know. You could be doing anything.
I'm practicing my macing in case I have to get into a medieval battle. Whoa. Make your decision. I'm getting tired back here, man.
10 more seconds.
Oh, I'm gonna pass out. Come on.
Oh. All right, I'm good.
No, thank you. All right, what do we got?
I'm gonna take that one. I'm gonna take that one.
You know what? I agree. Completely agree, but definitely 1, 2, 3. I agree with your choices, and I see why you made them.
I was gonna flip these two, but then I was like, well,
You know what? They're all excellent, serviceable fragrances, but
what would you actually put?
you know what? It really
This
depends.
sounds so good.
Everybody does Platinum Ego East. It smells like it's played out. I really love this stuff. However, like, there's times when I want to smell this because I go to town when I spray this. There's times when I like Cologne. Like, there's times when I like all of these. This is my newest pickup, and I'm just like I can smell that like all day.
Yeah, the initial burst off the top.
It's got a little bit of that. It's an impression of oud, right? You're not going to get a real oud fragrance. This was, I think, just $50, but it smells beautiful on skin. It actually gets very creamy in the dry down. The Brioni, sentimental place in my heart. Those little bottles were like $20 when I started collecting. I have several of them. It almost gives me a very slight cherry. Do you know what I'm talking about? Maybe like a black cherry.
It does.
Totally.
A lot
it
of
smells.
ouds do that to me though.
You know what? Let me smell that again. Have you ever had black cherry soda?
Yeah.
That's giving me black cherry soda. I love it. But Cologne, man, peppery lavender.
Is there sandalwood or something creamy on the bottom?
Yeah, absolutely. This is your Min's Fougere. So this is lavender up top. It's gonna have like coumarin, tonka. This is 200 mils, baby.
How much is that? Yeah.
For this, I don't know what it is now, but I paid very little money for it.
A lot of ouds and stuff smell cherry like on my skin.
Yeah.
Maybe because I like it. Were you gonna? I was gonna put this like first or second, but you said it dies quick.
Doesn't have the longevity, but let me tell you, when you put it on, like I'll get out of the shower and I'll just hose myself with that.
I can tell there's like nothing left.
And then this stuff, I'll be honest, I forget about this, but I shouldn't. It smells so good. It's so like
It gives
it's
me
so
like
good.
Chanel's Portrait of a Lady vibes.
Oh, ooh. Chanel's Portrait of a Lady and
like an incensey rose.
Yeah, it's the rosewood that's in. Sandalwood rose. And this it's got that it's so beautiful. And it's actually affordable. Unlike, I mean, the Chanel Les Exclusives are pushing $500 now. This is $100 and change and worth every penny of it. Again, this is contemporary. Some people say the older ones are even better. If that's what you're going for, go for it. But this is, for the money, well worth it. Prada Amber Porome, just a good utility player. And the Brioni, if you want a fresh leather, little peppery, little freshness, little cologne feel on the bottom,
You can't
totally
go
worth
wrong.
it.
You can't go wrong with either. It's just like this one. I like the way these are put together more than this. I would blind reach for these ones before I'm reaching for that.
I think that, yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these, but I think Sensei Christian nailed the order.
Get you some.
That's
I'm gonna
cold.
be sneaking
That's
them
cold,
out.
baby.
I'm gonna be sneaking them out from him.
All right.
All right, springtime, baby. Cute skate.
What's your spring go-to designer fragrance? Let us know
In the comments.
in the comments below.
Right?
Domo arigato gozaimasu.
Sayonara.
Stay fresh.
Stay fresh out there.
Love this stuff.
Sweet.